Hello.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You are
Hello.
perfectly audible.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Hello. Headphone, earphone.
Should I start?
Yes, I don't know. I think, sir, can we start?
Yeah. You will see
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Please
sir.
start.
Sofa, sir.
Yes.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ji. How are you?
Very fine, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Fine.
Again, a very nice way to
Yeah.
interact.
Yeah. So we have meet after a long time, na?
Yeah,
Sir.
pretty long time.
Yeah.
So, Honorable Chief Guest of the STC, Professor Binod Kumar Kannaujiya, Director NIT Jalandhar. Honorable Guest of Honor, Professor Sanjeev Sofat, PAC Chandigarh. Respected Deans and Head, Professor Yal Sangal, Head Computer Center, Professor Harsh Kumar Verma, Principal Investigator of ISEA project, Dr. Geeta Sikka, Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Dr. Samavir Singh, Course Coordinator, faculties and dear participants. A very good morning and a cordial welcome to one and all in the inauguration ceremony of 5 days online STC on cyber security managing risk in the information age, sponsored by ISA Phase 2 from 12 October to 16 October 2022. To start with the formal inaugural address, I would like to call Dr. Geeta Sikka, Head CSC and Chief Coordinator of this course, to please share her views about the department and course of this STC. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Aruna, and a very good morning to all of you. Again, indeed, it's a pleasure to be here on this platform along with my colleagues, Professor Sangal, Dr. Harsh Verma, Dean Academics, Dr. Samavir, and Dr. Aruna Malik, who are the coordinators of this STC, to acknowledge and welcome none other than the director himself of the Institute, NIT Jalandhar, Professor B.K. Kannaujiya ji, who is the chief guest of today's program. Guest of honor, come expert of the morning session today, Professor Sanjeev Sofat from PEC Chandigarh. Deans and heads of the departments, faculty members of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, various other departments, and all the participants who are joining us from various institutions online through Google, this Teams. So a very warm welcome to this ISEA-II sponsored 5 days online STC on cyber security, managing risks in information age. For this event, we received an overwhelming response with over 750 registrations. While we can have only 300 participants who could join us on Teams, the others are catching us on YouTube as well. The program is being live streamed. The department is gratified to Professor Kannaujiya for accepting the invitation to be the chief guest of this event and putting up his presence to encourage and motivate the participants. Also grateful to you, sir, Sofat sir, for willingly acceded to our request and joining this inaugural session. And this STC, as we all know, is one amongst the series of STCs being organized by Computer Science Department on security. Seeing the high penetration into our lives, internet penetration into our lives, where the society is witnessing an extensive use of digital technologies. The physical world is migrating into the digital world, and the pandemic has accelerated it all the more. So the cyber age with IoT ecosystems, hyper automation, digital acceleration, cloud adoption, and AI integration, the threat is everywhere. Every device connected to the internet is a potential target for cyber crimes. And the stats, to the surprise, are very horrifying. By 2025, they say that we'll have 2.7 billion devices connected to 5G. So these are the stats. So, and even the most popular technology, which we know as AI, artificial intelligence, is more prone to attacks than one can ever think of. The concept of, now we have the concept of adversarial machine learning, which is becoming very popular, where the attackers are exploiting the way artificial intelligence works to disrupt the behavior of artificial intelligence algorithms itself. And then we have another popular area, which is the moving target defense, which is a new concept given by Homeland Security in cyber defense that can, for the first time, potentially shift the power of defenders for good by introducing a dynamics where the constantly evolving attacks surface and ultimately the hackers cannot hit what they cannot see. So if I can conclude this, though we can say that we cannot completely secure our systems on the network, it is a NP complete problem. Still, we can avoid some major attacks if we can capture and pay attention to some of our applications, the communication, the algorithm loopholes, or some kind of service violations and data transfers, and last but not least, the internet surfing and usage that we do daily. So real-time prevention can only help us to be in a better position to defend against the next cyber pandemic. So with these words, I congratulate the conveners and the coordinators for planning such an exclusive 5-day program for the participants. And I hope these 5 days are very useful. You carry very valuable ideas in the multiple upcoming areas of cybersecurity. So all the best. And we have invited the best experts in the area in the field of cybersecurity to inspire and motivate the aspirants, the young researchers, especially the newbies in the domain. And to throw light on the speakers and the ISEA project, I will be inviting Dr. Verma. Thank you so much and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable words. Now I request Principal Investigator of ISEA project, Professor Harsh Verma, sir, to share the significance and objective of the ISEA project. Over to you, sir. Verma, sir.
Professor Verma, you're not audible. Dr. Verma. Professor Harsh Verma, kindly unmute. Aruna, if you could make a call quickly, otherwise.
Okay, ma'am. He's tried to connect again.
Okay. So we can take him up later. We can move.
Okay. Okay. So it's an honor for me to introduce the chief guest of today's inaugural event, Professor Vinod Kumar Kannojia, Director NIT Jalandhar. Professor Vinod Kumar Kannojia obtained his MTech and PhD degree from IIT BHU Varanasi. Prior to joining NIT Jalandhar as director, Professor Vinod Kumar Kannojia was professor in the School of Computational and Integrative Science, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. He has to his credit of publishing more than 400 research papers in international journals and conferences. 37 PhDs and 51 MTech degrees have been awarded under his guidance. He is currently guiding many doctoral and MTech research scholars. Professor Kannojia has successfully executed 7 projects for DRDO, AICT, DST, ISRO, and 4 projects are ongoing for agencies like CERT, ICMR, and the Department of Science and Technology. Professor Kannojia has filed 9 Indian patents and also is an active senior member of IEEE. His research interests include computational electromagnetics, biomedical telemetry, reconfigurable antennas and arrays, novel electromagnetic materials, planar ultra-wide bandwidth antennas and arrays, satellite communications, radar applications, biomedical imaging, and RFID. Now, I would like to invite our worthy director, sir, to share his words of wisdom. Director, sir, please.
Thank you, Aruna. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are perfectly audible.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Aruna. Thank you, Geeta. So, good morning to everyone.
Good
So,
morning,
guest
sir.
of honor of a expert of a morning session of Professor Sanjeev Sofar from PEC, Chandigarh, and heads and dean of NIT Jalandhar, faculty member of a computer science and engineering department, coordinator and convener of this short-term course, and dear participant from a various institute joining on us online. So Dr. Geeta Sikka has already discussed this STP program for 5 days, as well as how many participants all over the India, across of a world also. She has discussed that. So in a continuation of she has discussed that it is a good initiative by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering to organize a course of a high significant and relevant not only the computer science fraternity but the society as a whole. We all know that everything is in a cyberspace in which we not only communicate but also work and learn, buy, book and make transaction, have a fun, socialize and much more. It is not only the tool for our new way of a communication but a dimension that has become a part of our existence. The most of the economy and commercial and cultural, social and government initiatives and interaction of a country at all level are carried out by cyberspace. Vital and sensitive infrastructures, systems, either from a part of a cyberspace or themselves are controlling and managed, exploited through this space. Thus, the modern world has become an increasing dependent on a digital technology. We all call it is a digital world. We all have to prepare ourselves to run off these digital highways. This dependency means that cybersecurity threats are now part of our daily lives. As a result, it is crucial to understand what we are exposed to online and how to protect ourselves from potential attacks. To deal with this, cybersecurity comes in a picture which provide way of defending computers, server, mobiles, and so etc. from malicious attacks. Today, the government around the world rely highly on a technology to run day-to-day activities, from apply for our ID to claiming a government incentives. Everything is run by the technology. As a result, any government is vulnerable by cyber crime threats. Educational institutes also need to make a cyber security a priority with the educational venues varying in a size, purpose, and stature, and motive of an attack can be varied too. For example, what might be a common threats for a world-renowned university or college might not be a issue for a schools or school district. So institute need a valuable and risk understanding what data is vulnerable to unauthorized access. Therefore, this short-term course is rightly planned under the Information Security and Education Awareness project of a Ministry of a Communication and Information Technology. Hope you get some of a wonderful insight and have a valuable take always from these 5-day program on a cyber security. So I request of a coordinator and convener, so please provide the feedback of all the students so we can improve the next STP program. So wish you all the best for your endeavor. So all the best. I think that all the participants enjoy these 5 days for a technical discussion and some of a insight of a thoughts. So all the best from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Director Sir, for your blessing, mentorship, support, and guidance. You have a remarkable power of making impossible thing to possible one. Thank you, sir, for this stimulating address. Now we have our guest of honors and inaugural talk expert, Professor Sanjeev Sofat, PAC Chandigarh. I would like to introduce Professor Sanjeev Sofat before requesting for his inaugural talk. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce the speaker of this session, Professor Sanjeev Sofat, who is going to talk us about the cyber security and forensic. We wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Presently, Dr. Sanjeev Sofat is working as a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at PAC University of Technology, Chandigarh. He has 30 years of teaching, research, and consulting experience. During this period, he has held the position of Head of the Department, Dean Student Affairs, Dean Academic Affairs, and Deputy Director. He was instrumental in setting up Cyber Security Research Center, jointly set up by PAC, NASCOM, and DIT. Based upon his professional experience, he has been invited as the technical consultant for many prestigious projects at both state and national level, including the project on cybercrime and criminal tracking network system. He has been consulted widely and invited to deliver presentation at many academic and other high-level seminars in India, UK, Malaysia, and Singapore. In addition, he has attended the 4-week IT UniSA Security Research Winter School, where he worked with other researchers from Singapore, China on cybersecurity. He has to his credit of publishing more than 100 research papers in international journals and conferences. Many PhDs and MTech degrees have been awarded under his guidance. He is currently guiding 6 doctoral research scholars. He is also an active reviewer of many international journals and conferences. Now, I would like to request to Sofat sir, please join us for a great session. Sofat sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Aruna, a respectable Professor Kanojia, Director NIT Jalandhar, Dr. Geeta Sikka, Head of Computer Science Department, Harsh Verma, PI, Summerweek coordinator for this course, and all participants. First of all, let me say from core of my heart thanks to NIT Jalandhar for organizing this sort of program and invite me for this particular talk. Because cyber security as such is one of the primary area which was not there maybe 10-15 years back. We never thought of a security, it can be such a big threat for all of us. But now the moment we talk about the security, it's all which comes up there, that is a big threat as far as we are concerned. So maybe let me load my presentation. I'll start with the things, fine?
Okay, sir.
Are my slides visible?
Not, sir, not yet.
Okay, let me see. Have you given me the presentation rights? Because it is.
I'm doing, sir.
That's the issue. No? That's what I'm not able to present.
Okay, sir.
Dr. Samavir, please check.
Okay, ma'am. Just checking.
Okay. Yes, sir. You can present now. Uh, Sir, your mic.
I have to use the share tray only, no?
Yes, sir.
But it doesn't take me to your presentation mode.
Sir, we'll see what's the problem.
Because once I give this share tray, it puts the arrow down, but afterwards it doesn't do anything.
Sir, we already added you as a presenter. It is showing you as in the presenter list.
Should then why not able to go to the presentation mode?
सर कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ई एक बार चेक कीजिए.
Control ET.
कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ई.
अच्छा, control
Shift E. हाँ जी.
Control Shift E. Now it doesn't take me anywhere.
Then sir, please reconnect. Just.
Okay, I'll just.
हाँ जी. Or else, sir, you can share your slides if you want somebody to play from here. We'll try once. Otherwise, you can share your PPT with us. Dr. Samay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could talk to him, and in case there is an issue, you can take his slides and play from your end, right?
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Please speak to him.
Right.
Yeah, good morning, Samay. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
So you're audible.
Okay.
So in the meantime, Professor Sofut, please, you could brief
Load the slide. Let me tell you something about the project.
project, right.
Yeah. So, good morning all. Honorable Professor Binod Kumar Kanodia ji, Chief Guest of the Day. Honorable Guest of Honor, Professor Sanjeev Sofat ji. Professor A.L. Sangal. Madam Geeta Sikka, Head Computer Science and Engineering. Samevi Singh, Aruna. The course title which is going to be in, take a start today from cybersecurity, managing risks and in the information age, has been sponsored by Information Security Education and Awareness Project. The project has been sponsored by Department of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and the mandate of the project is to train the manpower in the field of information security, keeping in the view of pervasive nature and impact of the cybersecurity in all walks of life. The major thrust area is this information security, and the project was started in 2005, and then again, next phase was started in 2014 with an outlay of 96 crores, and the project is meant for capacity building in the area of information security to address the human resource requirements of the country. So these kind of programs will enrich the faculty members in the key domains of teaching, research, professionalism, and administration as well. So we have invited a couple of speakers during the course of this 5 days from 12th October to 16th October. We'll have eminent speakers like Professor Sanjeev Sofat from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. Then we have Professor Satish Chand from JNU. Then also we'll have Professor Deepak Tomar from NIT Bhopal, and Professor Mayank Dave from NIT Kurukshetra, Professor Krishan Sluja from Punjab University Chandigarh, and Professor T.P. Sharma from NIT Hamirpur. We have also invited also people from real-time industry as well. We have Dr. Gurcharan Singh from Defense Training School, Chandigarh. He will also be sharing his experiences during this course. We also have Shri Jitendra Singh ji who's ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Police from the Ministry of Home Affairs. So we'll have hands-on experience, real-time experiences regarding cybersecurity risks in this information age. So I think it will be a fruitful course for all the faculty members, and hope to have more courses under this project, which is meant for training manpower in the field of information security. So I'm extremely happy that the coordinators have taken pain and started with this program. I understand that program will be a great success. I'm also very thankful to Professor Binod Kumar Kanodia ji for sparing valuable time for this course. Thank you, sir, and especially Professor Sanjeev Sofat ji, who is also guest of honor and will be giving inaugural talk of the this program. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for apprising us about the relevance of course. And Sofat, sir, you can try now to present your screen. Present your presentation, please.
Yes, Professor Samarvi?
Yes, sir. This is Dr. Aruna.
Because I have mailed the presentation to Samarvi. He says he will play the presentation.
Okay, sir.
So,
We will. Okay, sir. We will play from our side. Fine.
I sent her the mail because still it's the same. It doesn't allow me to share.
Right, sir.
Okay, as I was discussing, cyber security is one of the areas which has drawn a lot of attention as far as the people are concerned. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Perfectly, sir, perfectly.
Okay, I hope you have received my mail.
Yes, sir. Just hearing, sir, in few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, this is the topic which I'm planning to take up, cybersecurity and forensic. What I'm planning to give you is complete framework about what exactly is cybersecurity, what are various components, and in case there is something happens, how forensic can help you in that aspect there. Next. This is my outline. We will talk about cybersecurity. We talk about information security because these are some of the components which are there: information security, network security, application security. Then, in case there is something happens, how exactly I come out of it? That's a disaster recovery. Then we have got operation security. Then how exactly all these things can be taken care? We have to think about the end user education. Then their database security is there, cryptography is there, web security is there, biometric security is there, cyber forensics is there. So all these are nothing but various areas where a lot of research, lot of work is being done in this particular areas there. Next. What exactly is a cyber security? Basically, it's a practicing. Okay, what you have to practice is how exactly I can protect my systems, how can you protect my network, and how can you protect my program from digital attacks. So all the time, what we say is the digital attacks which are there. Maybe 10 years down the line, all these things were not there. We were having our own systems, and there was nothing like any critical information was not there. Why we need to protect now is because whole of my critical information is there on this particular net only, and that's why this particular cyber attacks has become very important for us. So what we have got is cyber attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information, because now, as I say, there is a lot of sensitive information which is lying over there. So what we have to do is we have to access this particular information, and in case we have to change, we have to see how exactly we have to change and how exactly we can protect ourselves from destroying the information. So what cyber attacker can do to you is he can access your data, he can make changes into that data, or he can simply destroy it. Let's say you imagine these days banks are the ones which are on the net. We, all of us, are good or bad, are using this internet banking. Now you imagine, in case somebody is able to access your account, make changes into the account, so what will happen? He withdraws money from your account, deposit in his account, or he makes some other changes there, or another is he destroys all the information there. So that's what your banking is one of the critical infrastructure which we have got there. Now again, your health information. Now these days, most of my health records are there on the net only. Now in case somebody makes certain changes into this, let's say somebody make changes into my report. Let's say I got for a BP check, or I have gone for my blood testing there. Somebody makes changes into that report only. So how exactly it will happen? So that means it is sensitive information for me. Now then another thing is ransomware, which is happening very fast these days. People are trying to extort money from the users. So this is another area where cybersecurity is becoming a threat. Then interrupting your normal business process. Okay, in case they are there to interrupt your normal business processes, whatever business processes I got, in case somebody interrupts that sort of a processes there. Let's say you're running your application, somebody gets into your system and hack your system there, and it doesn't allow you to do the normal business processes there. So this is all things which can happen as far as the cyber attacks are concerned. So what we have to do is we have to implement effective cyber security measures. So now the moment I say cyber security measures, my data is there, my program is there, my social media, other things are there. So that means what we have to protect ourselves is your network you have to protect, your systems you have to protect, your information you have to protect, your databases you have to protect. So all these, they fall under the bigger perspective, which we say the cyber security. So that's a measure. Because why it is becoming more challenging now? Because there are more devices which are attached. If you look at all in the earlier times, my mobile, it was only telephonic calling device only. Now if you look at it, has become a smart. My internet is here. My all banking things are there. Everything is on my mobile only. Even my health data is there on this mobile. So that's why there are crores of devices which are getting attached to this. You can imagine there are more devices than people. If my devices are more, obviously my challenge for the security will be more there. And another is attacker is becoming more innovative. What attacker does is, in the earlier time, if there is cyber attack, it used to be for the fun sake. Just like in the earlier time, there used to be a Pakistani flag put on your website there. That's all. And that is only for the fun sake. Somebody may do some. Now these days, it's not attackers are becoming professionals, where they would like to have money in this whole process there. Maybe there are so many attacks like this, social media attacks, whereby somebody says, "You please send me your OTP." And in this particular process, while they ask for your OTP, and he takes away your money. This is very common these days, which is happening. So this is what innovation which is happening in this sort of a scenario there. Your Facebook account or your WhatsApp account is being misused for that. Somebody says, so you receive a message by a picture of that particular fellow saying that I want sort of a money from you. Hey, I'm in a direct need. I need the money there. So that is another innovation there. Now, since why is it becoming so progressive now is because in the earlier time, we were not having that sort of computing power, that sort of a storing power, that sort of a processing power there. But now we have got a big computing power there. Your mobile has such are a very powerful devices these days. Your laptops are powerful. And same is true with the hackers also. Attacker, whosoever is cyber criminal, he has also got this. So he is becoming more innovative in challenging you for that. So that's why it is becoming more important there. Next slide. So what are the threats which are there as far as you are concerned? So this is what we say the cybersecurity framework. Your identity is always under threat there. Because for me most important aspect is my identity as far as my cyber world is concerned. Be it your mobile, be it your account, be it your social media, your identity is there. Now, what a identity is an asset for me, and that's why my identity is becoming most of the things is a threat as well as a vulnerability there. My threat is that somebody may steal my identity. I gave you the example. Somebody may steal your identity but then start asking money from all your acquaintances. Let's say you imagine he sent this mail to or WhatsApp message to 1,000 people who are in your address book or who are in your groups. You imagine he asked 20,000 from 1,000 people. In case there is one fellow who is very close to you, he feels that you are really in trouble and pays him the 20,000. So that means whatever objective he has got has been achieved in this particular process there. By going for 1,000 people, in case one or two people can be the one who will give you the money, still his objective has been. So that's why for all this cyber security, my identity is most vulnerable there. Now, this is one of the biggest research area. How exactly I can take care of identity as I said, identity as a threat, identity as a vulnerability there. People are working on this particular aspect. Then we have got to assess risk and determine priorities there. Now, what we have to do, how much risk is there? As Professor Kanodia was mentioning, okay, the threat which may be there for a school may not be the same which will be there for the engineering institute. May not be the same which will be there for the bank. May not be the same for the defense installation. May not be the same for the health. Now, if we look at a school, I'm continuing with the Professor Kanodia's example only. If we look at a school, they may be having an isolated computer with them or they are connected to the network. What they are doing? They are using it for accessing the office pack or sharing some other information there. And what the students are doing? They're just typing out some of the things, doing some calculation, other things. Can there be some threat there? Very little threat. Now you imagine, come to the institute like NIT. There is a lot of research work which is available there. There is a lot of things which are being done by the students. There is a lot of financial data which is available there. Now, can I say whatever threat was there for my school is same as for my NIT? No. My threat perception, threat level increases there. Same is true with the bank. Now, can I say the servers which are there in the NIT Jalandhar have got the same security setup as far as the banks are concerned? No. Why? Because bank may be having more threat over there. So this is what we say. We have to see what is the access the risk and determine what sort of security we have to provide there. Now the defense installation cannot have the same security which my school or an NIT must be having there. So this is what we say. Your identity is one of the things, and identity countermeasures we have to think over there. So if we look at this is my cyber security framework there. Most of the time I'm worried about my identity. I'm worried about my risk. What are the risks? So risk assessment is one of the things which we do in case of any of the system there. So that's what we say the cyber security framework. Next slide. Now, what is the cybersecurity all about? It's about the people, process, and the technology. Maybe people are the ones who are most vulnerable. they are the one who will choose weak password. In this process, they lose their identity. And how exactly they are accessing the attachments there. And how exactly they take out the backup. In case I got a strong password, I'm very concerned about what sort of attachment I see on the emails and how exactly I'm backing up my data. Maybe then you become one of the person who may not be threatened for the security there. Then there are the processes there. Now, there can be processes or your organization have to think about some framework how to deal with attempted and successful cyber attacks. One is attempted. Somebody tries to get into my server, but he failed because my firewall was so strong that he didn't allow him to get into my system. Good. That means I'm secured. But I had to find out who's the one who tried to attack me. So that means all attempted attack where I don't lose anything, I have to be very careful. Then there are certain successful cyber attacks, good or bad. I may be having good security there, but still my security was not that strong. Okay, I can have this cyber, which may keep me from the cyber attack. So I'm attacked. So this is what we have to see, how exactly we have to take care of this sort of a cyber attack. Now then there comes the forensic. The moment I'm attacked, I lost my some other things. First of all, I had to see how can I recover it. Then I had to go to the foot tracks, and find out how exactly I can protect myself in that sort of a situation. Who has done it? So that's what we say. Well-respected framework can guide and explain how can I identify the attack, protect the system, detect and respond to the threat, and recover from the successful attacks. Let's say you imagine your bank server has been attacked. Attack was successful. In case bank says they send this message to all their customers, okay, there was attack on the bank, and we are switching off our systems, maybe half of people will panic and start withdrawing their money. So what we say is the services which are providing, I should be able to run those services in spite of the attacks. So that's what we say, recover from the successful attack there. So for that, we require this technology. So we got a people, we got a processing, we got technology there. Let's say what we have to protect is we have to protect our endpoint devices like computers, smart devices and router and other things there, and your network and the cloud. So this is what we intend to do once we have to protect ourselves. Okay, how exactly I can protect myself, my network and the cloud, because these days my security threats are more because whole of my data goes on the cloud, which is not under my control. How can I assure the cloud service provider is able to give me the security which I'm looking at? We have got a SLA. There is a lot of work which is happening on the SLAs there, service level agreements. How exactly my service level agreement should be there so that in case there is an attack, my cloud fellow should be able to protect this. Maybe you got all secure, all is nothing but some of this sort of a security solution which has to be. Therefore, technology should provide you this sort of a solution there. So this is all what we say about the cyber security. Next. So as an individual level, what can I lose in a cyber attack? It can be my identity theft, or my loss of a data, or some exhaustion attempt which can be there. Somebody may steal my password and start misusing it. Or somebody may steal my bank credentials, start fiddling with my bank account. Or go into my reservation things and other things and start fiddling with there. Then, or he can just lock your data. That's what he does. Okay, he can go for some exhaustion attempt there. Ransomware is one of the attacks which is there. Now, what is being done in ransomware is he locks your system. You're not able to access your data. And he says, give me this bitcoins. There's another technology which is there, Bitcoin. Okay, these days they don't transfer the money through dollar or rupees. They go by the bitcoins there. So this is what we say the exhaustion attempts they do, and this can lead to loss. Then loss of important data. Let's say you got your family photographs. Somebody steals your family photographs. Let's say on your Facebook, you were not concerned about the security settings there. Your photo became public, and somebody start misusing them. These days, Photoshop and other things are very easy to do because we got a lot of computing part there. So that's what, how exactly I can protect my important data in this. Now, then as this is at individual level, as society level, we are dependent upon a lot of critical infrastructure. Maybe your power plants, hospital, financial service companies, they are dependent upon this aspect only. So what we have to do is we have to secure all of them so that we can secure our society and our function. Essentials are always functional there. Next slide. Now, these are some of the threats because there are so many attacks which are there. Phishing is the one. Maybe in case somebody starts stealing your data, or man in the middle attack. There are a lot of work, research work, which is being done in the man in the middle attacks there. Okay, in case somebody sits in the middle of your network, start passively or actively start stealing your data. Okay, in case of a two-party transaction, the fellow inserts himself in between and try to attack you. And once the attacker interrupts the traffic, they can filter and steal the data. That's very easy. Or he can be a passive listener. He just keeps on observing what sort of information is flowing there. Now, how exactly this thing happens is maybe we use unsecured public Wi-Fi there. Or your malware has breached a device which can lead you to this sort of a man in the middle attacks. Next slide. Now, what is then we talk a lot about the malware there. Okay, malware is nothing but it's again a malicious software. Maybe it's a spyware, ransomware, viruses, worm, all are a part of this particular malware there. They may block your access. They install malware on your systems and they take away some of the information from there or disrupt some of the information there. Now, how exactly all this thing is done is they do it with the help of this social engineering. Okay, they try to trick you. Let's say, what's a social engineering? Because this is another area of research these days. Okay, how social engineering is becoming a cybersecurity threat for us. Because let's say you imagine if you are to give your password. I'm not asking your password, but you try to imagine what sort of password you're giving with your name, with your spouse name, with your kids' names, with your and concatenate with your date of birth, concatenate with some other character there. So that means in case I would like to find out your password, what can I do? I can just do this social engineering for you. I find out who is your wife, what's your spouse name, what is your kid's name, all the information I gather about you. Then research says 70% of the chances are there that you would have made your password with your name, date of birth, or some of this particular things which are related to you only. Or another social engineering trick they do is, okay, they try to trick you. Okay, if they would like to find out your bank credentials, or they will perform some transaction there and try to have your OTP. They say I'm speaking from the bank and there is some issue with your banking system. If as a bank we are sending you some OTP, can you just share with us? There are so many people who got tricked due to this only. That's why there is no there is a campaign there by the banks, by others. Please don't share your OTP or bank information, because banks don't ask this information. They already have got this information. So this is what we say. Okay, using some social engineering tricks, they can just solicit monetary payment or gain access to your confidential data in this particular process there. Next slide. Then denial of a service. That's another thing which is there. You're a legitimate user of a service, but they deny you the service. They flood the network. Let's say your network has to carry a fixed amount of traffic there. Now, in case I flood your network with some junk data, then obviously the information which you want it to flow will not be there. So this is what we say is a denial of a service, or exhaust all the resources and bandwidth. Let's say you in the earlier days, what used to be done was, okay, I purchase the internet bandwidth for a 1,000 rupee. Somebody steals that particular, exhaust that particular resource there, because he knows your username and a password, or you would have not kept any username and a password, and make use of it, and your bandwidth. So this is what we say, okay, they can just put up so many compromised devices in your network and then can attack a single person there. We say this is a distributed denial of service. In case one person is getting attacked by 10-12 people, then it is a denial of a service attack. Distributed denial of a service. Then we go to SQL injection. Somebody, attacker, insert malicious code into server, and due to some weakness of the SQL, they force server to reveal some of the information there. Okay, what we do, what is being done is submit some malicious code into the vulnerable website search box there, and chances are there you get some information in this particular process there. Next slide. Then zero-day exploits is another one which is very common these days. Okay, there is a malicious code which is there on a system, and he says on this particular day all the system will go haywire. So that's what we say is the zero-day attack. They define this on this particular day, this particular attack will be there. Let's say I know there is a vulnerability into your operating system, because Windows was the one who was hit by zero-day exploit a lot. People will find the vulnerability into that. Before the patch come over there for the solution, they will attack you. And they will attack you on a particular day, because they know, okay, at that particular time, issue will not be resolved there. So zero-day vulnerability threat detection requires a constant awareness there. Or somebody may use this DNS protocol over there. Maybe HTTP is one of the protocol which can be in for the trouble there. Next slide. Maybe I'm not going to detail of this. So all this what we had talked about is related to your cyber security. Now, if we look at in whole of the processes which we talked about, what is getting affected is your information, your application, your operational thing you're there, your database there, your website there. So all these are nothing but some of the elements which are there in this particular cyber security there. So we'll try to cover some of them. Maybe I'll not be able to cover all of them. There will be further session there where all this information will be discussed. Next slide. Yes, next slide, please. I'm sorry you have to do this, Samarveer. Now, information security we say is InfoSec also, refer to the process and tool designed to protect sensitive business information. How exactly we are protecting our sensitive business information from modification, disruption, destruction, and inspection. So these are the 4 types of attacks which are possible in case of any of the security there. Somebody may modify your data, somebody may disrupt your service, destroy the thing, or inspect. As far as inspect is concerned, there is a passive attack, a modification, disruption, and destruction. These are the active attack there. So what we are to whole of this particular security deals with these 4 aspects only. And that's what we say is a more crucial part of a cyber security. And we have to think about what sort of processes we can design for this sort of a security there. Now, there is a guideline there which we say the Information Security Management System, ISMS. Every country is coming out with their own standard there. Now, India also has got one standard, ISO 27001. That is a very well known standard there for providing you the information security management system. So it's basically nothing but a set of guidelines and processes which have been there. Maybe European country, they came out with their own processes there. There are so many things which they added into this particular aspect there. Next slide. Now, this is what European Parliament and Council agreed for a General Data Protection Regulation. That is another thing they added in 2016, and they call it a GDPR. It's a very simple, but it's very difficult to implement. Whole of this business scenario has changed from 2016 onwards. In case somebody wants to do business with the European countries, what the company have to do is provide data breach notifications. In case you imagine, in case there is a certain data breach which happens, you have to notify to all your customers. Most challenging part. Why? Because if I had to see my business processes, if I had to see my business, if I notify everyone that this is a data breach which has happened, it's a very difficult. Let's say you imagine a bank or a credit card company. In case credit card company says there are 10% this breach about on this particular card has happened on this particular day, there will be 10 people who will draw from there. I hope all of you know about this Twitter thing. Twitter was being sold to Musk, but he says, no, I'll not take it. Why? Because there are fake accounts there. Nobody thought of this. Okay, there can be fake account on the Twitter only. But yes, there are a lot of research which has happened. Maybe in NIT also, a lot of people must be working on the social media Twitter, that how to identify a account which is fake account. Because these days, people go for a lot of tweets. There are companies there now who gives you tweets. who just say you're doing something great. So this is what, okay, in case I had to provide this information, Lord, now you imagine Twitter, in case every month they have to inform how many fake accounts are there in their database, people will lose faith in the Twitter only. So that's why they kept on continuing with this sort of process. Suddenly, once they wanted to sell it, came into the picture that there are some estimates 50% of the Twitter accounts are fake. So then another thing they say is appointed data protection officer. That everyone has done. In case India also, India's MIT, they face a lot of problem with social media companies which are from the abroad. Okay, what our government also says is, you provide a data protection officer in India. They say, no, our operations are in US, that's why we'll provide there only. Twitter, Facebook, everyone faces a problem, but ultimately they have to provide this sort of a data protection officer here. Then another most critical is require user consent for data processing. That is where lot of companies came into the problem. Because let's say they collect your information and they process it, gives it to somebody else. Do they seek your consent? Let's say you imagine you have given your blood test, your X-ray, your all CT scan, everything there. And do they seek your consent before giving it to some company who's to analyze it, data mine it, and make it for some other processes there? So this is where most of the issue emerges there. Okay, require a user consent for data processing. Whatever data you got, in case it has to be processed, it has the user consent has to be there in this sort of situation there. Then anonymize data for privacy. In case they're giving this data there, then you have to anonymize this data. What's the anonymization? Remove my credentials from that particular data and let only my CT scan and other data will be used by them only. Not by my as an user, but anonymize this particular data there. So these are some of the things which came up in 2018 and every company has to do it. And there is, can you imagine the business scenario changed in this particular process in this EU there. Next slide. So this is the key principle of information security. Will not go into detail of this. One is confidentiality. Okay, whatever information I have given to you, don't give it to unauthorized individual entities or the processes there. Then another is integrity. Okay, I have to think about security control. Okay, that my data is not modified or deleted by any unauthorized person or in an undetected manner there. And it should be available to me. Whenever I need this information, it should be available to me. This issue came up very much as far as the cloud was concerned. If I put my data on the cloud, then it's their principle, is their policies through which it will be available. Can it match with mine there? So this is what we say, the availability there. Then non-repudiation there. Now non-repudiation is, okay, somebody can't deny he has received the information transaction or not. Let's say you imagine that this is usually now there is changes there. Okay, you send an email to someone. He says, I haven't received your email. What will you do? So that sort of attack is known as a non-repudiation attack. The receiver refuses that he has received it. Now, how do these days we take care of these emails? There is an acknowledgement field there. The moment mail is received by you and you have a look at the mail, then there is acknowledgement mail which goes to the sender there that this mail has been read by him. Same is true in your WhatsApp messages. You keep on looking at whether you would like to see whether it's delivered, whether he's read it. Because in case of WhatsApp message, these are two things. Whether whatever message I send is delivered. It says two rights, and if he's read, then again the color change will be there. So that there is a non-depotation attack is not possible in this sort of a scenario there. So these are the key principles as far as the InfoSec is concerned. Next slide. So this is the whole scenario which is there, information security, anything involving security of information or information system regarding of realms there. And anything security related in the cyber realm is cyber security. Anything related to security, we say is the cyber security. Next. Then this was about this information security. Then another aspect is your network security. Okay, since whole of the data which is there, it has to flow from on the network only. My device may be secured, receiver device may be secured, sender device may be secured, but the moment data flows from the network, it may be there for the attack, because the channel through which it goes, it's unsecured channels. So that's what we say. Network security is an activity designed to protect the usability and integrity of your network and data. So this is what we protect. Okay, usability of our data and integrity of your network and the data there. So it includes both hardware and the software technologies there. And there are various threats which are there in this sort of situation also. So what we have to do is we have to stop from entering or spreading on the network there. And for that, we have to think about some sort of network security management to access the data. So all these are nothing but various layers, multiple layers of the defense at the edge in the network there. So what we have to do is, okay, on a network, your malicious actors are blocked. Okay, what is my firewall doing on a network? It tries to block some of the malicious things which comes on my network there. Next slide. So I had talked to you about this active attack and a passive attack there. Next slide. So that is one of the network attack, passive attacks. Alice and Bob were talking. Somebody reads all the text which is being sent over there. Next slide. This is what we have got, these types of network security. I will not go into detail of this. We have got various security devices there. Firewall is one of them. What it does is, it puts a barrier between your trusted internal network and the untrusted outside network, such as the internet. I don't put a firewall in my internal network, but I try to put up, in case there is some we are connecting to the outside world, I must put up because to me outside world is untrusted. I have to see who is to enter into my system and not. It's just like it's a house. The people who stays in the house, we have got a different set of rules. But in case somebody comes from outside, I got a different set of rules there. So what we do is use a set of defined rules or law or a block of traffic there. It can be hardware, it can be software, or it can be both there. Then email security is another threat which is there. which we are to see. Email security application blocks incoming attacks and control the outbound messages for preventing the loss of the sensitive data. Maybe in case your email, biggest attack is your attachment which are there. You have to see how exactly we have to see the attachment. First of all, you scan the attachment which has come from the network. Only then you allow it to be seen on your system there. Next. Yes, next slide. Then we have got antivirus and anti-malware softwares there. Sometimes your malware can also infect a network, and it can lie dormant for a number of days before attack, and it will attack you on a particular date there. Now then we go for the network segmentation also. What we do is, let's say if I define the traffic, I classify it differently, then my baking policies will be much easier. Okay, let's say in case it's a school data which is flowing, I do not need any security there. But in case it's a banking or other information there, we need a higher security. VPN is one of the examples. Virtual private networks are one of the examples where we segment our network. Okay, within the unsecured network, I try to work out something on the security there. Next. Next slide. Then we have got access control. Okay, you have to define access of your network. What we have to do is we have to identify each user, each device within my own network also. And I define some of the policies through which I give the access control to all the users there. Just like in case of your network, you try to say first year students, they will be using C and a Lisp C program. Second year, they will be using C++ and some other. Third year will use data science languages. Fourth year will use databases, some of this. And you define access rights for according to that only. Then we talk about the application security. Okay, application security is your hardware, software, and the processes which are involved in this sort of a process there. Next slide. Then another is a behavioral analytics. Okay, let's say you imagine, I know my network uses within my network. If a morning, if I look at NIT only, NIT Jalandhar only, in the morning, my internet uses is very low, morning 6, and suddenly from a 9 onward it increases, and the moment I reach to 2 p.m. it reduces, then it further reduces up to the 5, then at 7, because my hostels are there, increases there, and by 12 my internet uses is very low. So this is my behavior of my network. Now suddenly if I realize 2 in the night, my network usage has become very high, then this is behavior analytics, help you identify this sort of indicators there. So then we have to think about data loss prevention. Okay, organization must make sure that the staff does not send the sensitive information outside the network. This is the most critical thing which is there, and India has lost lot of business due to this only. You have got a disgruntled employees. BPO industry business lost a lot due to this only, because let's say you have got a data there. Somebody sells the data from there. Sells the data to your adversary, your own inside employee. Then it is a problem for you. So insurance industry from the US suffered a lot due to this BPO thing only, because they sent the data to India and there are the disgruntled employees who sold the data to their contemporaries. Just like you might be receiving these calls, okay, you are Airtel users. Would you like to shift to Jio? We'll give you better package. How does he have your number? That is again a very important aspect. How does he have got your number? He got your number through the data which might have been sold by some of the disgruntled employee of the Airtel, or my Airtel server was so weak that somebody could steal data from there using the network. That's why I received this sort of a calls from the telecallers there. So that is what we have to think of how exactly I can prevent data loss I can prevent in this particular process there. Next slide. Then we have to think about, in case of a network, in case there is intrusion there, we have to think of intrusion detection and the prevention system. We say the IDS and the IPS there. So what is this? IDS and IPS is the form where I try to monitor my network, try to find out some malicious incident and capture the information about them. Honey trap is one of the mechanisms through which we do. What is being done in the network is you put up a server where there is very little security there, but where there is no useful data there, or there is the old data there. So why I'm putting this sort of a server? Because this is very common there, honey trapping. If I put that server there, now since it's a vulnerable server, everybody will like to get into that particular server there. They will not get any data, but in this process, by my forensic, I can find out who's the one who's trying to attack my data there. So what I lost? Nothing. I lost some data which was not required by me. So this is what we say is the IDS and the IPS there. Just like for checking, police also does the similar way. For checking the eve teasing, they put some of the cops, lady cop, in a civil dress near the colleges. And in case there is somebody teases them, they are identified and they're caught in this particular process there. Same is true in this case of IDS and the IPS there. Then another challenge is your mobile device security. Because now these days we work on apps. If you look at your mobile, that may cost 1 lakh rupees and 10,000 rupees. All have got the same features, but all they don't have got a equal security there. So cyber criminals, they try to attack your apps there, because apps may not be having a very big security there. So in this process, they control your camera, they control your speaker, they control a lot of things in your mobile devices only. Let's say in case they control your camera, and once you're putting up your password there on the system, they may take away that particular information there. Next slide. So I had already talked about this VPN, we'll talk about this. Then wireless security is another aspect there. Okay. The moment I put up a wireless LAN, wireless there on my system, my devices which are there, they're more prone to some sort of attacks there. Because my wireless may not be that secured as compared to wired thing. Because if I look at my wire may enter into my mobile or a laptop only. Whereas my signal which is there in this sort of a scenario will go to all the 360 degrees. And in case there are so many attacks which has happened in the wireless world only. Maybe I can share one of the instance there. Okay, there was a blast at Bombay, and before the blast, somebody sends an email. Okay, within the next 2-3 minutes there will be a blast. Now, once police got this particular email, still the blast was there. Now then they start tracking from where this particular email has come. Now that email has come from one of the colleges which has got a wireless network which was not secured. So somebody sitting outside the room, hooked up into the network, sent the email using that particular network there. So who was caught in this particular process? Because then it becomes a legal issue. Then who was caught? It is the police. Caught hold of the principal. Why they caught hold of the principal of the institute? Because since the name, the network was there on the name of the wireless network, or a service provider of the internet was on the name of principal. Principal was caught for that particular aspect. This is what another issue which is there as far as the wireless security is concerned. You have to think about how exactly I secure my wireless thing there. Next slide. Yes, we have got IP6 protocol, SSL, security shells, Kerberos. All these are nothing but some protocols through which we provide some of the security there. I'll not go into detail of all of them. Next slide. Then next comes your application security. Now, application is the one which is built on your OS, built on your network there. So what we have to do is, we have to aim to prevent data or a code within the app to be stolen or hijacked. Somebody may not, let's say, you might have seen, in case some software is to be installed on your system, I give control of my system to some of the vendor sitting in Bangalore. He operates upon my system. But yes, there's some application there through which I can take control of that. Now, in case this sort of application is there with the malicious people also. So in this process, because let's say that fellow was just installing system, some software on your system, whereas the fellow who is unauthorized user can, using that same application, can delete or steal some of the information from your system there. So what we have to think of is, we have to, once we develop an application there, what we have to see is we process developing, adding and testing security feature within the application to prevent security vulnerability against some threats, unauthorized access and the modification there. Maybe this is what we say, your application, internet, application security, application server which are there. So all this, they help you in securing your system there. So idea is how exactly I can build this sort of system through which I can just make this sort of a security feature as far as my systems are concerned. Next slide. And these days, your application, they are available on your various networks there. That's another issue which is there. And there is an increasing pressure and incentive to ensure the security at the network level, but also at the application level. We have to think about what sort of weaknesses are there. Now, at one time, we started with the software engineering, which never talked about the security. Then people start talking about secure software engineering. Now, what idea is, once I'm building up an application, can security be a part of that particular thing only? Not that a patch is to be put up once some security threat is there. So what we do is application security testing. It can reveal weaknesses at the application level, so it can prevent some sort of attacks there. Next slide. So what sort of application security we need? We need authentication. Who are the one Because there a lot of research is being happening in authentication and authorization there. Okay, am I authenticated user? Just like your banks, once they go for a transaction, they go for a multi-device authentication there. They send you a OTP on your mobile in case I'm working on a laptop there. That means they are trying to work out on the two devices to authenticate whether you are the right person or not. You are the authorized user to gain the access in this sort of a scenario there. Or once you're authorized, once you're authenticated, are you authorized to do that application there? Let's say railway reservation application, they authenticate the user first. Now then they divide the users. I'm a user who can just book the ticket for myself or my family. I can't be an agent who will book 20 tickets at the same time. So that means I'm not authorized to do it. So that means what we have to do is, once the user has been authenticated, user must be authorized to access the use of the application. I may be, as far as I'm concerned, I may be partially using the application. I may not be the one who will be fully using the application there. Next slide. Now, how exactly we provide this security there? We just encrypt our data. Encryption is, in case my plain text is readable, what I do is I just put some transformation on the data and it is encrypted, and they're based on some key, it is encrypted there. And maybe once I have to transfer some of the data, I encrypt it and then send it. People will say, why don't we encrypt all the data and send? It may not work. Why? Because once I'm trying to encrypt all the data, my overheads will increase. So that's why we try to encrypt only the very critical data. Maybe your username or passwords are encrypted there. And then we can think about the logs. Okay, how exactly we can take care of the logs as far as the system is concerned. There we have to think about how exactly I can do this sort of application security testing there. Okay, whatever are the controls work properly there, I have to think about how exactly this can be done there. Next. Then obviously there is a database is where all information is being secured. We have to secure that also. Okay, maybe there is a range of tools, controls, and measures to designate, establish, and preserve database confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These are three things which we try to work on the databases. Okay, whether it's a confidential, whether integrity has been maintained, whether it's available or not. So once we talk about the database security, they must address and protect the following: data in the database, DBMS, what are the applications there, what are the database server or virtual server there, or infrastructure which is being used there. So all of they form the part of this database security there. Next. Now, why database security is important? Because in case there is a database breach which is there, somebody takes away your data, that's a compromise intellectual property. Now, few years back, there was a case of an Australian company whose data was taken by someone. Once the case went to police, obviously police is not that trained to handle all these sort of things. They say, I have lost intellectual property worth $300 lakh. They say, what have you lost? Where was the data lying? They say it's lying in the pen drive. They say, how much is the pen drive cost? They say 300 rupees. They say that means as far as the physical things are concerned, you lost only 300 rupees. Why are you coming to us? Whereas the fellow has a lot of intellectual property in this particular process there, and that can lead to the brand reputation, business continuity, and there can be fines and penalties for non-compliance in case my database is not secured. Then cost of repairing breaches and notifying the customer there. So all these are nothing but why this is important, because it is my intellectual property which is, if I got a database data there, it is my intellectual property which is there. It can bring a bad name to me. It can help disrupt my business continuity. So that's why our database security is that important, as we have got other important aspect there. Maybe we stop here. Now I can answer some of the question in case all of you have got some question, because I had talked to you about all type of a security which is there: your network security, application security, database security, information security. These are 4 aspects which I talked about. And once we are to look for, in case something happens there, we go for the forensics. That's another area of the cyber security. In case something happens over there, I have to think about how exactly I can protect myself in this particular process there. Maybe I'll be able to take few questions now.
Participants, any question? Hello.
Maybe they can type out their question also. Yes, people are asking for the PPT. They say it's a good.
Participants, any question from your side?
Yes, people are asking for the PPT. How to protect the phishing attacks? So there are tools through which we can take care of the phishing attack also. There are so many tools available through which we can do it. Yes, I will share the PPT. So Maya. Okay, there are not much question there, because it's a elementary session. It's a broader perspective which I wanted to give you for the security. In the next subsequent session, people will talk you in detail about all this. So maybe that will give you more insight into all these things there. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ray. Okay, Samarveer, if there is no question, maybe we stop.
Yes, okay, sir. Okay. I think no question. There are already writing that thank you and okay.
Yes. So what we have got is, I already sent you the PDF for the slides. You can share that PDF with them. Fine.
Right, sir. Right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay, sir. Being a coordinator of this course, I take the opportunity to thank you, sir, for sparing time to be a guest of honor and expert speaker for this STC. Your talk on cybersecurity and forensic was fully informative and knowledgeable. And I'm very sure that participants much get benefited, and hope we all incorporate your ideas, whatever you have discussed in your talk, in our daily life or in our research. So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the talk. Participants, I have a So one thing is that you will be having another session that will start from 2:30, right? So I request you all to join 10 minutes prior to the session. Second more thing, some of the participants had joined with the guest as a guest. So don't join as a guest, because we cannot identify your attendance as a guest. So you need to write your email ID or name at least, right? So if you are joining guests, then we cannot consider your attendance. We are not able to identify your identity, right? So use your complete name, whatever you have used at the time of registration, right? Then we can easily identify and calculate your attendance when we issue the certificate, right? So thank you all. आवाज आ रही है क्या मेरी? वो हेडफोन लाना निकाल के दूसरा.
audible? Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Audible? Audible? Thank you.
The first two cutlass you are doing.
Am I
Action
audible?
on. Yes, sir. You are
So
audible.
1, 2, 3, 4 ऐसे अलग-अलग कोड्स को डालना.
So,
अपना जो
let's
CRPF का है वो
start
first.
the second session of ISEA second sponsored 5 days online short-term course on cyber security managing risk in the information age.
उसके अंदर जो first two में है एक
Immense stress.
IS ऑफिसर है फसोलू जो है और 360 है ये भी है
I
जो
request the
डायरेक्टर हाँ
participant please
फसोलू
mute your mic.
जो डायरेक्टर है ठीक है और फिर एक डिप्टी सेक्रेटरी
Participant please mute
हाँ
your
सर
mic. Chandra Singh is certified professional in information security from Gujarat Forensic Science CU University. He has expertise in online fraud, network fraud, and terror funding investigation. development of digital evidence for detection and apprehension of criminals and investigations. Also, he has a rich experience in analyzing mobile forensics, vulnerability assessment, and evaluation of threat. He also worked in handling this critical data research at ISEA, having expertise in support investigations into the criminal activities against company assets and internal codes of conduct violations. Mr. Singh has 25 years of experience in criminal investigation of financial, cyber, murder, narcotics, conventional corruption, and forgery cases. Presently, Mr. Jiten Singh is designated as Assistant Commissioner of Police and associated with the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, Ministry of Home Affairs as Cybercrime Investigator, Open Source Threat Analyst, and Consultant for law enforcement agencies across India. So we welcome you, sir, and invite you for your talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you much. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
My screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Language, Hindi or English, both big? Both?
Yes, sir. In which you are feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Sir, please, one request to you. Please make it full screen.
Let me see. Please, a second. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Fine.
May I permit you to continue?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Thank you very much. Audience, my introduction has been already given by ma'am. I am working in Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, which is in a body of Ministry of Home Affairs. We are the body to coordinate with the stakeholders of across the country. We disseminate the informations to law enforcement agencies of different states and UTs, police departments, Ministry of Telecoms, and other departments. We will have a short brief on I4C. What is I4C? This is some kind of field we work in this fields and conduct a type of research on those fields. We have technicals here. We have a large body here. We have a big advanced lab. These are the 7 verticals of I4C. One is threat analytic unit, where one team used to flag down the threats which is coming to our gateways. Open source intelligence is done. OSINT and other methods are adopted and tools are adopted to flag down the issues which are national threat to the country. Second is NCRP portal. There is a cybercrime.gov.in. There is a portal wherein citizens from the India who are affected from cybercrime can report on this portal, and automatically the complaint is disseminated to concerned police station. Then is NCMU, National Cybercrime Eco Management System is there, wherein we introduce awareness, advisories, and also inculcate cybercrime courses in university level, school level, and ministry levels. We also institute various forces and agencies in relation to cybercrime. NCTC is a National Cybercrime Training Center. We have a very advanced training center in Delhi. One is NCFL, fifth vertical is NCFL, where we have an advanced lab, where all kind of advanced tool is there. Mobile forensic, hardware forensics, hardware forensics, video forensics, photograph forensics, chip forensics, cryptocurrency forensics is there. And even we provide the cloud facility to access our facilities of NCFL to law enforcement agencies. One is NCRIC. This is a research innovation center. We have 3 bodies in India. One in Delhi, one is in Hyderabad, one is in Kolkata. One is JCIT platform. All the police forces are divided into 7 verticals. Their meeting is to conduct fortnightly and quarterly, wherein the issues related to cybercrime are discussed and the policies are made. This is everyone must be knowing that there is a helpline number in India, 1930, wherein any citizen can call on this number 1930. The respective helpline number will be respond to their call. It is working across all Indian states. There is a policy of golden hour in 1930. Once a cybercrime takes place, you immediately complain to 1930 instead of going anywhere. No need to go to bank, no need to go anywhere. You straight away call to 1930. If you call within the 15 minutes of the cybercrime takes place, then your money will be blocked. We have integration with all banks, all wallets, all UPI agencies, all net banking agencies, all all portals, commercial portals which can be Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, all kind of different portals are also connected with us. We have a direct link with these portals. Wherever the amount goes, cybercrime cheated amount goes, we used to intervene in between and stop that amount. Till date, we have stopped 136 crore rupees through 1930. This is some kind of cyber crimes. See, my topic is today basically on cybercrime trends. What is going on in the country is the most important. You are into academics, you are studying in the colleges and universities, wherein you regularly learn about cybersecurity and information security and other aspects of that. But unless until you know the recent scenario, recent trends of the cyber crimes, you won't be able to understand what is the need of this cybersecurity, information security. See, we have identified some modus operandis on the basis of cybercrime reported in India. Then you can see on the left side there is a telecom industry comes. Calls are received. Fraudster used to call them through social engineering in context of KYC expiry, call conference or OTP forwarding is there. They ask for the OTPs, termination of mobile number relocation. They used to call that your mobile phone will be terminated or go for the KYC. They take you to any desk and any other platform and cheat you money from there. They send SMS to you embedded with the links. KYC expiry SMSs are being sent. SMS forwarder OTP are being sent. On internet, you can see the online advertisements are there. I will request, can you all access the volumes also? Madam, they have access for the volume?
No, sir.
No. I need to do some practical with them. It is necessary for everyone to understand what is going on in the country. If everyone had the mobile number.
Okay, sir, we will try. There is also an option for the chat. So.
Okay. Everyone have a mobile number. You open your browser.
Hello.
Open your browser. You can see how the ways fraud is going on. You just type work from home. Work from home. And see what comes. What have you seen there?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please carry on.
Sir, we have allowed the participant.
Allow the participant.
Yes.
You can see that on the top 3-4 columns are there, ads are there. If you click this ads, there are 3 dots on the right side of the ad. You simply click that ad and you find that from where the ad has been given.
இது PO நான் எங்கெல்லாம் கனெக்ட் இருக்கு?
Yes, sir.
The PO உங்களுக்கு சொன்னாங்க ஓகேங்களா?
See what is going on. See.
Yes.
What is coming?
Complex வராது.
If you see the ad, you click on the right dots, you can find that the ads are given from Hong Kong. If work from home and job offers are given from Hong Kong, this will straight away take you to a website wherein a WhatsApp link will be there.
Roll number 26. என்ன பண்ணனும்? ரெண்டு பேருக்கு ஆப்ஷன் போடு. roll number 33 க்கும் 26.
Yeah, it is correct. We can mute the voice. We can mute the voice now. Voice mute कर दीजिए please.
எது கேன்சல்? ஏதோ போட்டு ரெடி பண்ணி கிடந்தாங்க. அந்த மாஸ்டர் டே கூட
There is interruption in voice. Can you please stop this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have disabled the mic.
Yeah.
For the attendance.
You have seen that there is an ads from Hong Kong. Ads from Hong Kong. This means that a person sitting in Hong Kong is sending ads for work from home and online jobs. Wherein lot of Indian peoples are being frauded from this kind of ads, and these ads are run from 10 to 5 only in the day. When you open the browser in the system, in the computer, in the PC, these ads won't show. These ads are only sent on the mobile phones. And when you go to on these websites, they will straight away take you to some kind of WhatsApp messages, numbers which do not belong to India. Recently, there was a news in from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana that 300 people has been captivated in this Thailand and sent to Philippines and Malaysia for the cyber slavery. They lure the people from India through these ads. They hire them, take them to Thailand. From there, they shifted to Malaysia. Then they are kept for cyber slavery there. They are beaten there. Their passports are torn and kept captivated. This is the biggest threat which is coming to India now. Without knowing that from where the ad is coming, you should not approach to that ad. You should not respond to the ad. Be careful about that. Now we have evacuated 20 peoples of Telangana from Philippines and Malaysia. Rest 280 peoples are still lying there. Next we come to internet online advertisements. You have understood this now. Earlier there was no option to choose whether from where the ads are being given. Now we have forced Google to display from where the ads has been displayed. When you come to know that this ad has not been given from India, do not approach. Next comes the search result customer care number. This is the one of the biggest fraud which is reported in India now. Whenever you type any customer care number, you find or search for a customer care number on the Google. You presume that 90% of customer care numbers are forged. 90% customer care numbers are forged. All the banks' customer care numbers are being replaced by the fraudsters, and you call that numbers and then put in trap. So be careful while searching the customer care numbers on the Google search. Now we have forced Google to whitelist the bank numbers, but till now only 8 banks has been whitelisted. Rest of the banks are not whitelisted. Till the exercise is completed, be careful while searching for the customer care numbers on the Google. Then we comes on the website. Lots of phishing websites are being running regularly. We have taken down more than 9,000 websites of SBI alone. SBI has reported 9,000 phishing websites within last 6 months, wherein people has mentioned their credentials and they have been stolen. Next comes the government schemes and jobs and websites. Whenever our Honorable Prime Minister launches a scheme, the fraudsters get active immediately and start creating phishing websites in pretext of government schemes and jobs. जैसे ही कोई फेस्टिवल आएगा, दिवाली आएगा, immediately खूब सारी phishing website बनना start होगा gift के लिए. They will offer you gifts. They will send advertisement through Facebook and other social media accounts, and also send SMS, bulk SMSs containing URL links. The URL links are shortened by bit.ly and cut.ly. You are not able to identify what kind of URLs are that. Then comes up Ponzi investment sites. There are large number of cryptocurrency websites which has been found running on our open sources. Do not get into a trap of this cryptocurrency websites. Thousands of people have lost their money on this cryptocurrency websites. Unless until you do not believe that the site belongs to an exchange versus Indian exchange, don't go for it. Day before yesterday also we have stopped 64 lakhs of a person of Chhattisgarh and 16 lakhs from Ghaziabad. Before investing into cryptocurrency, be careful. Check the site. If the site or the exchange is Indian, then go for it. Then come the matrimonial websites, specifically the Nigerian peoples who are sitting in India and abroad are posting luring photographs and luring profiles. The girls pick and choose that profiles are in trap. A professor who was in Pusa University has lost 84 lakh rupees to these Nigerians. Do not trust the matrimonial sites blindly. Then comes the emails and phishing emails. This is the one of the biggest nuisance also coming. They use various kind of tools and other facilities to send the emails containing various banks websites, also containing various links, also containing trojans, also malwares, also everything is embedded in that. Then comes the hacking. It has also been seen now that when they send the bulk SMS messages to you in the form of shortened links, various spam trojans and malwares are automatically downloaded into systems, specifically in mobile Android applications. Various APKs are automatically downloaded. We have found various malwares containing which captures your SMS messages and OTPs directly without knowing the user. The latest APK which has been found is thermal APK. Whenever a person used to click the SMS message, automatically that downloads into the Android system and start capturing your SMS and OTPs. Bot keyloggers is there. Account takeover is also prominent. Pre-approved loan is also there, wherein you have not applied for any kind of loan. but still the loan is sanctioned in your name and disbursed into some account which belongs to the fraudster. Unauthorized funds transfers are there. They used to capture your OTPs and SMS messages through malwares and make transactions from your accounts. Mobile applications, remote control, any desk is installed in your mobile phone through social engineering or any malware through malware. Fraud, mobile application Ponzi investment schemes are there, which contains various malwares in their codings. Lending apps, loan apps, which we have reported 32 suicides across India in lending apps. Day before yesterday also, a couple from Karnataka has committed suicide due to lending apps. They used to hack your entire data. When you download this kind of lending apps, all these lending apps are available on the Play Store or send through the SMS messages to you. Recently, RBI has issued a circular that 651 companies has only been authorized for lending apps in India. Apart from those 651, rest are all launched on Google Play Store from China. China is the major stakeholder behind lending apps, who is hacking our data, who is luring our people, and later harass them. Also do not provide the complete loan also. They used to cut a big amount after the loan in pretext of interest. Out of 30,000, they only provide you 20,000, and 30,000 is already deducted from your loan, and they force you within 15 days or 1 month to pay it back with the high interest, that is 20 to 25% interest. If you don't pay, the data which is hacked is being misused for the purpose of editing your photographs and sending to the relatives. Mobile number updation is one of the fraud. SIM swapping is also reported there, that your SIM has been, you are using a SIM, your parallel SIM has been issued in some other city, used for the purpose of the fraud. One is chat messenger is there. Lottery, KBC lottery you must have received on WhatsApp. Investment schemes has been lost. Account takeover is also there. You have seen WhatsApp impersonation account is the biggest nuisance in the country now. You immediately go to the settings for the WhatsApp and activate your two-factor authentication immediately. If you had not activated two-factor authentication, if your WhatsApp is hacked, then you won't be able to revive it. Then comes the social media. This is sextortion. Forcefully, the girls used to send messages on your WhatsApp and SMS messages to you. Once you click that link, immediately the videos started running. The girl used to impose themselves and the video is being captured of you. Then you are being extorted. उस वीडियो को माफ करके आपकी इमेजेस बना के वो वीडियो आपके रिलेशंस में सर्कुलेट होना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. They extort money from you. Fraud advertisements are offered on open sources on the networks and social media platforms. Then comes the POS terminals, biometric cloning. Your fingerprints are biometrics are started cloning now, because whenever you go to any registry offices, land registry offices, or other driving license offices, you have to give your fingerprints and biometrics there. That biometrics is not secured. Sometimes it is being stolen. Silicon cloning is done on your fingerprints. Then it is used for the purpose of banking transactions. Because whenever AEPs is enabled, you do not receive any kind of OTP. It is not required during banking transaction. So they have started cloning your fingerprints, which is available on the sites of driving licenses and land registry offices. Then comes the unauthorized card usages, ATM hackings. ATM hacking is prominent because malware are being used now to hack the ATMs. This was the broad scenario of the latest cybercrime which is coming in India. Telecom-based frauds, you can see, call vulnerable numbers are virtual numbers are used to call the people. Fraud calls, mobile phone 1800 series is used to call the Indian citizens on pretext of bank customer cares. Applications are used for this purpose. This issues of blocking is there to stop this application because they are run through VPNs and other kind of anonymity devices. SIM boxes are used to send SMS. Crores and crores of SMS are being sent regularly to Indian citizens. International call termination is there. This is one kind of fraud. Bulk SMS is also phishing links are sent through bulk SMS messages. A2P DLT misuse is also there. See, this is the various issues which are being taken up by the Ministry of Telecom now, but recently we don't have any kind of mechanism to stop all this kind of nuisance in the country. So one by one we are taking down them. It will take time. Be careful because every channel is open to the fraudsters to cheat the citizens. अभी तक हमारे पास कोई प्रॉपर लॉज नहीं है इन सब से डील करने के लिए. Soon there will be a law, then we will be able to tackle them. अभी रोज का सिनेरियो ऐसा है कि 100 करोड़ रुपया कम से कम इंडिया से साइबर क्राइम का जो चाइना जा रहा है. 100 crore rupees are regularly cheated by Chinese people from India, which is transferred through money laundering to China. And this money is being used for the purpose of terror financing. Be careful, our money being used against us through terror financing. Do not follow our advisories, whatever advisory is issued. Ask your family members to follow this kind of advisories. Maintain the cyber hygiene properly. Do not surf unnecessarily. और 11 बजे के बाद जो वेबसाइट्स मैक्सिमम प्रॉम्प्ट करती हैं ओपन सोर्सेस पे गूगल पे, अगर आप उनको सर्व कर रहे हैं तो देयर इज हाई रिस्क ऑफ मालवेयर्स एंड ट्रोजन्स टू बी डाउनलोडेड इनटू सिस्टम्स. ये सब स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं हमारी कंट्री के जो I4CC कोऑर्डिनेशन में है. वी आर वर्किंग विद देम टू मेक द कंट्री द इकोसिस्टम ऑफ द कंट्री प्रॉपर हाइजीनिक. This is the helpline number 1930. You must remember this. This should be having a great reach to every citizen. Every citizen must know that there is a helpline number in the country 1930, which is for the purpose of cybercrime frauds. See, we have developed a tool. You can see on the left side a single guy has taken more than thousands of SIM cards in India with different photographs. We have developed a tool, called Astra. On the basis of facial recognition system, we have identified this SIM cards. You can see the scenario of the country. Right side, the girl, you can see a single girl on the different photographs and different cloth variants and different attires are being used to take the photographs. And lots of SIM card has been issued to this girl. Now becomes job frauds, Ponzi scheme, some kind of scenario which is practically we can see them. Background. Suicide has reached to more than 38 in the country. This I have already shown to you. Whenever you search for a job fraud and work from home, you can find the advertisements. When you found the advertisement which is not from India, you should leave it. This kind of ads are given. Earn online, earn work from home jobs. एक liquid delivery का भी एक ad आता है. Delivery of liquor. वो भी एक fraud है. Liquid delivery कहीं पे इंडिया में कहीं provision नहीं है liquid delivery का गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से. We have done some analysis on this kind of websites. They are launched in somewhere outside the country, somewhere in Japan, somewhere in Korea. Mostly the NGRock and other platforms are used to launch this kind of websites. When you go the source code of the websites, you can see the Chinese people have behind all this kind of phishing websites. You see this various links of Chinese. And when you click this website, they will straight away take you to the numbers which may belong to India or might not belong to India. You can see on the left side, the number belongs to Hong Kong, right side, the number belongs to India. The display picture will be of a girl. She will start conversing with you on the WhatsApp and take you to some websites and guide you how to go further. When you invest some kind of money in this phishing websites, and they lure you to take you to the higher amount. When you invest a higher amount in that, the site will not respond again then. We have done some APK analysis on this websites and Trojans and malware which has been found. You can see the permissions granted to this apps. Entire external and internal storage are covered. Android permission call phone is taken, read phone status is there. When you see this, all this permissions has been granted to that APK, and this has been lost by the China. And on the right side, you can see the IPs which belongs to China. This is one of the website which was being run by Chinese for the purpose of this frauds. You can see all Indian numbers are displayed on the website. This is the SMS. You can see the WhatsApp profiles, the girl sitting in Malaysia and Philippines running all these platforms. They used to contact with you through the WhatsApp and send SMS messages to you. They will properly guide you how to go for this phishing websites and how to approach. This kind of OTPs are received on the WhatsApp. This is the another scenario wherein the SMS messages are received when the link, WhatsApp links are there. You can see the numbers 4474, number belongs to England. On left side, the number, project manager, we are hiring a team. The numbers and the company belongs to India. This headers, you can see the header on the top, AX, DNT, SG. The number belongs to a dental. AX means Airtel, X means some state in India. These headers are being misused by this person, Chinese people who have taken these headers on rent and misusing this kind of SMS facilities. This loan application frauds, which is reported in India. We are trying to eliminate all this kind of loan apps from the Play Store. Regularly, these Chinese people used to upload more than 500 applications of loan fraud on Play Store. You can see Mumbai man ends life after loan recovery agent regulates more feature of victim. As I have said previously, till now 38 suicides has been reported across the country, especially in loan recovery agents. This is some kind of schemes which are being lost. We have blocked various applications. Thousands and thousands of applications have been blocked. Still, regularly they are loading more than 500 websites, 500 mobile applications on the Play Store. You can see this. Mobile numbers, Indian mobile numbers. See the link on the bottom. Bitly link is there. When it is analyzed, it was found, the website was found belongs to China. The link straight away downloads Trojan and malware into your system in the mobile phone, and we analyzed that malware. It was found that IP was the packets were transferring to China. This is the analysis of that particular APK. Indian payment apps. This kind of ads are circulated on WhatsApp, social media, Instagram, and other platforms. Be careful while using Facebook, while using Instagram, while using Snapchat. These kind of ads are very frequent on that. Telegram is the biggest nuisance in the country, which is circulating all this kind of frauds, wherein you can find all data of credit cards, all data of banks, every kind of nuisance is found on Telegram. Now Diwali is coming. This will be started circulating now. Various websites will be launched now. In the आपको गिफ्ट खरीदने के लिए पूरे दिवाली के आसपास अब इस तरह की खूब सारी वेबसाइट्स आपको ओपन सोर्स पे मिलेंगी, एंड दे विल बी सेंट थ्रू द ऑल दिस प्लेटफॉर्म्स, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, सब इसमें भी दिखना पूरा चालू हो जाएगा ये. This is now Karwa Chauth has started. This kind of gift will be started now. Coupons are there. See, this is one of the malware we analyzed. The Chinese people were sending through one of the Android applications. See, Trojan, more than 20 antiviruses have reported this kind of APKs in Android. This is a Trojan. This is another job fraud scenario. They offers you job. QR codes are circulated on this Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. When you scan this kind of QR codes, your money is deducted. This is lottery scams. This is sorry. This is KBC fraud. All this kind of frauds are being run from Pakistan. Entire KBC fraud is run from Pakistan. The investigation has clearly indicated the links of Pakistan behind all this. KBC. This is one of the sextortion scenario wherein a girl used to send an SMS to you on WhatsApp. She immediately takes off the clothes and your photograph is taken. Then it is morphed and you are extorted. This is another Diwali offers given to on social media platforms. Free SIM cards, free coupons, free recharge. Fake customer care numbers are being circulated now. This is one of the gambling racket which has been caught, wherein the code was made by Russian peoples, and they can easily control themselves the entire code. Whenever you invest more money in first and second round, they will give you the returns back, and once you invest more money, then you have lost the lottery. It was a big racket being run from Hyderabad. In Tamil Nadu, Chennai also it was found, and one gang was found in Bombay. There's some kind of safety tips which is necessary for the cyber hygiene, because mobile phone has been detected as a vulnerable device nowadays. Kindly follow this kind of practices. Unknown sources should be switched off. Software update is must in today's scenario. Update your mobile phone regularly. Security and location screen lock, pattern locks should be there. Application updates regularly should be there. Instant application with fake website. When See, whenever you download an application, you go through the reviews. You will find that the app which is being circulated in India, which is on our Play Store of India, the views are given by some foreigners, and that too the views given are very vague. This is one of the biggest fraud coming on the Google Play Store. They used to copy paste all these reviews from the different Play Stores and paste them. Do not allow for the complete permission to the applications. Two-factor authentication on the WhatsApp, what I already discussed with you. It is must. Two-factor authentication is must on the WhatsApp applications and social media applications especially. Mobile security, keep your phone locked, set secure password, keep devices OS up to date, connect to secure Wi-Fi, don't jailbreak, and keep your data. Install antivirus application. See, this kind of practices are known to everyone, but we negligently don't follow this kind of practices, which leads to big data losses. And the person who is sitting behind all this is using your data. You have become a product these days. You are not the user, you are the product of them. Your entire data is circulating in the open sources. To make a practice of keeping cyber hygiene maintained, this is another scenarios of, you can see, biggest attacks in India, ransomware attacks. Recently, 2 days before also, entire system of the airline was interrupted. Our power sector, 2 ransomware attacks have been taken place. One in Mumbai and one is Kundakulam nuclear plant. One is Uttarakhand has also taken. Ladakh power grid has also been hacked once. Observation from audit report. This is the audit report of Indian audit system of NIC. Has issued some kind of pointers wherein they have found no password guessable, unregulated USB, mostly it is seen, unregulated USB autoplay, no antivirus outdated, Windows 7.8 on several systems still being used, no policy for backing up desktop and their data, e-office, NIC email passwords are still hacked, browsers are hacked, government emails are hacked, remote access applications are installed on your desktops. TeamViewer, Kicksport found no policy for formatting, archiving database, transferring to any new employee. Applications of WhatsApp, Telegram, Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, which are being frequently used from the browsers of the systems or the official websites, official systems. Cracked MS Office and other applications are used in the systems. Browsers are not updated. Several malwares, malicious files found in the systems. No scanning is done. No antivirus is found in this. This kind of pop-ups are coming frequently, which is a malware. Outdated pirate operation system in India. 14 January 2025, computers running Windows 7 is no longer received because this kind of operating systems are still running in India and mostly in the institutions wherein the Windows 7 is still used. Some example of SMS attacks, you can say banking Trojan called Emotet, cybercriminals to trick customers to credential theft and malware infection through text messages. File coders. There's a missing one kind of attack, SMS attack, when you can say URLs embedded with SMS messages, because there is only 2 ways wherein you can approach to this fraudster. One through the calls, direct calls, and one is through the SMS. SMS which is being received directly through telecom or through the social media applications. Smishing attack. COVID-19 smishing scams was being run. Gift smishing is started. Financial service smishing investment schemes are launched. Customer support smishing scam. Confirmation smishing scams. This is another scenario of some SMSs. You can see daily salary, job, review. Government schemes are being frauded. KYC frauds. One application is used for this purpose. SMS Bomber is there, which is being used to circulate all this kind of SMS messages. SBI messages being circulated on WhatsApp. You can see SBI HTTPS Cutly. When you click this link, it will take you to a phishing website. Whenever any SMS is received from a direct number, mobile number, it is clearly suspicious. Do not access any message which is being received from direct phone numbers. We have conducted an audit across India now and found that 35 lakhs mobile phone are taken on false documents. 35 lakh phone numbers which are being used with cyber fraudsters for the purpose of cybercrime. These are some kind of profiles of the girls which were circulated to SMS or WhatsApp SMS messages. When you click this, just straight away open the cameras and make you uncomfortable. This is another KYC frauds, OTPs. This is the phishing websites that have routed you through directly to invest money into this. Front reverse side. So the files which are being used for social media, telecom related issues is there. Fraud calls are received, fraud SMSs, internal long distance route bypass हो रहा है. Application calling सबसे ज़्यादा चल रहा है. Social media related issues. You won't believe that all the secretaries of Government of India's WhatsApp has been impersonated. All the CEOs of the companies has been impersonated. This is from my side today. A small brief about the current scenario of the country which is going on, and you being a student of NIT, you should be careful about this and start doing practices and research on this kind of fraud which is being happening in India. Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions from the participant? Participant, if you have any query, you can raise your hand. We can enable the mic for you. Any participant?
Okay, I will share the PPT with the NIT. I will forward it over seven.
Fine, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for your valuable words and the experience that you have shared with us. And your talk, sir, is really informative. And I'm sure that the participant will take in the benefit from this. So thanks again, sir, for your talk.
Thank you very much, ma'am. If anyone have any query, you can write on me mail. I will respond to the mail. This was the broad, small scenario of the country cybercrime which is going on. So we should be careful about this, and also make aware of your family also, because every second citizen will now be made.
Sir, we have one query from a person.
Yeah, please. Please carry on.
Yes, Anuj. Anuj, we have allowed the mic. Yes, you can ask.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please, Anuj.
Sir, my question is that how we can protect myself, chat messenger fraud and mobile app fraud, because we are communicating with the help of teammate app. I don't use any time. मतलब हमने कभी इस ऐप को यूज नहीं किया और संयोग से हमने मान लीजिए लिंक पे सर्च किया तो कोई दूसरा हमें ऐप आ गया, तो हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे?
देखिए, एक वेबसाइट है virustotal.com।
जी सर।
एक गूगल की वेबसाइट है virustotal.com। किसी भी लिंक और किसी भी एपी को आप पहले एनालाइज कर लीजिए अपने एप्लीकेशन, अपने मोबाइल फोन में डालने से पहले और यूज करने से पहले। किसी भी लिंक को आप वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं उस पर जाके, और किसी भी एप्लीकेशन को आप टेस्ट कर सकते हैं उसके ऊपर। ऑनलाइन टेस्टिंग होती है, आप टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, मालूम कर सकते हैं कौन सा एप्लीकेशन फ्रॉड है, कौन सा वनरेबल है, किस में मालवेयर है, किस में ट्रोजन है। इट विल रिपोर्ट ऑटोमेटिकली, और उसका ट्रैफिक कहाँ मूव करता है, किस कंट्री से ऑरिजिनेट होता है, वो आपको पता लग जाएगा।
ये सर। और सर ये जो हम लोग मान लीजिए कि हम एक अपना पीएनबी का अपना वो कुछ हमें वो करना है, उस पर नेट बैंकिंग करना है, क्योंकि हमने पीएनबी यूज नहीं किया है। हमारे साथ अगर फिशिंग अटैक हो रहा है तो वो कैसे हम आइडेंटिफाई कि कौन सी वेबसाइट हमारी मतलब रेप्टर, जैसे हमने कहीं कहीं पैसे ही सर्च किया था तो उस पर लिखा हुआ था कि सर जो है HTTPS करके लिखा, तो कहते हैं कि वो सिक्योर होती है।
देखिए, सिक्योरिटी जितनी फिशिंग वेबसाइट बनती है सब HTTP बेस पे बनती है।
जी,
ये कोई क्राइटेरिया नहीं है कि HTTP होगा, HTTP बेस होगा तो फ्रॉड नहीं होगा। HTTP बेस की वेबसाइट सबसे ज्यादा यूज हो रही है आज के टाइम पे फिशिंग के लिए।
सर तो वो आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए कुछ है क्या? जैसे आपने ये बताया virustotal.com के लिए कोई भी ऐप वगैरह हम वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं।
देखिए, डोमेन्स टूल एक साइट है, उस पर जाके वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, उसका लिंक डाल के उस वेबसाइट के बारे में मालूम कर सकते हैं कहाँ रजिस्टर्ड है, कहाँ से नहीं है। अगर उस बैंक के इसमें रजिस्टर्ड होगी तो ऑटोमेटिक रजिस्टर्ड में दिखा देगा कि बैंक ने रजिस्टर किया है।
यस सर, यस सर, थैंक यू सर।
हाँ, एक व्यू हुईज करके भी एक वेबसाइट है, एक domainstool.com। बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स हैं ओपन सोर्सेज में जिसके जाके आप वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं। 2-3 जगह वेरीफाई करेंगे पता लग जाएगा आपको।
यस सर।
और जितनी भी हमारी गवर्नमेंट की वेबसाइट्स हैं, बैंक की वेबसाइट है, वो सारी की सारी हमारी प्रॉपर .in पे और प्रॉपर वेबसाइट्स हैं उनकी। और कोशिश करें जितने मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस हैं बैंकिंग के वो यूज करें, ओपन सोर्स पे ज्यादा की बजाय।
जी सर।
क्योंकि अभी हमें 2-3-4 महीने का समय लगेगा इसको पूरा रेगुलाइज करने में। वी आर वाइट लिस्टिंग द कस्टमर के नंबर्स एंड ऑल ईमेल आईडीज ऑन द गूगल। जब तक ये कंप्लीट नहीं होता है सेशन या ये प्रैक्टिस पूरी नहीं होती, जब तक आप गूगल कस्टमर पे ज्यादा भरोसा नहीं करना है।
सर ये जो ये अलग अलग जो ऑफर वाले जो फ्रॉड आते हैं जैसे लॉटरी KBC, ये तो हम लोग के मोबाइल पर भी आया था। क्या इसके खिलाफ भी कोई कंप्लेन या जो यहाँ पर 1930 करके जो दिया है इस पे कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ है?
1930 पे कर सकते हैं या cybercrime.gov.in एक वेबसाइट है,
जी
उस पे जाके आप कंप्लेंट लॉन्च कर सकते हैं। www.cybercrime.gov.in चैट पे डाल दिया है।
Sir, we have
Okay, sir.
another.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, we have another query from one of the participant, Amresh
please.
Kumar Singh, and he is asking about that. Is there any international organization which is taking care of cybercrime and related stuff?
International in what respect you want to say?
Internationally, organization.
Yeah, international organizations. We have a lot of different countries have their own different organizations. European Council has their own organization, and in America also there is have different agency for cybercrime. Australia have also agency for cybercrime. England also have an agency for cybercrimes. BRICS nations are being organizing cybercrime conventions also. India is one of the participant in that, the signatory of that. India have Y4C, Indian Cybercrime Coordination, looks after the cybercrime coordination across the India. This is the body which has been created by Ministry of Home Affairs.
Sir, we have one more query from Pradeep
Yeah.
Kumar.
Yeah.
So I'm allowing the mic to him. Pradeep Kumar, you can ask your query. Pradeep Kumar.
Carry on, Pradeep, please.
Okay, we have another one. Kishore Kumar.
हेलो
Yes, Pradeep.
मैं मुझे एक क्वेरी थी। जैसे मेरे पास कुछ दिन पहले एक SBI से कॉल आया था कि हम लोग SBI क्रेडिट कार्ड से बोल रहे हैं और मैंने ये कंप्लेन रजिस्टर की है जैसे cybercrime.gov.in जो दे रखा है। उसके बाद ये कंप्लेन फॉरवर्ड कर दी गई है मेरी लोकेशन पे, लेकिन उसके बाद उस पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। तो क्या कोई प्रोसीजर ऐसा है जिससे कि मैं इस पे अगेन कुछ करा सकूं?
देखिए, आपका एसएमएस जो आपके पास आया उसमें कंसर्न आदमी का नंबर आया होगा।
ये सर मैंने सारी डिटेल उस पे cybercrime.gov.in पे रजिस्टर किया था, सब कुछ मैंने बताया। फिर
जो आपके पास एसएमएस आया है उस एसएमएस के अंदर जो आईओ आपका है जो डिप्यूट किया गया आपके केस के लिए उसका नंबर आता है।
ये सर उसमें नंबर आया है लेकिन वो कॉल नहीं उठाते हैं।
कॉल नहीं उठाता तो कंसर्न पुलिस स्टेशन को आप कॉल कर दीजिए जिस पुलिस स्टेशन में आपने मार्क की है। आप जब एक चीज का ध्यान कर लीजिए, जब साइबर क्राइम का आप रिपोर्टिंग करते हैं तो जो पुलिस स्टेशन आप उसमें फिल कर रहे हैं तो आपको याद रहना चाहिए किस पुलिस स्टेशन में आप रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं जी। आपके किस एरिया का पुलिस स्टेशन है वो आप उसमें रिपोर्टिंग करेंगे तो आपको याद होना चाहिए किस एरिया का पुलिस स्टेशन है। तो उसका अगर नंबर आप जाके सर्च करेंगे उसी वेबसाइट के ऊपर आपको नंबर मिल जाएगा।
ठीक है सर। एक चीज और सर, हमें इसकी पीपीटी मिल जाएगी जो आपने जो सेशन दिया है?
हाँ, पीपीटी में शेयर कर दूंगा।
थैंक यू सर।
Sir, last query. Ragul Vishnoi. I think Ragul. Yes, Ragul, you can ask your query. I have provided the access.
बताएं रघुल, बताएं। बताइए।
Ragul is there. I think he is left, sir. Okay. Kishore Kumar. Kishore Kumar. Kishore Kumar. Kishore Kumar is there. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, Kishore, you can ask.
First of all, I am very appreciate to Mr. Professor Sanjeev sir. You have to provide us a big or huge or precious knowledge about the cyber security, sir. So thank you, sir. And now I am not would like to ask a question because Mr. Anuj has already asked my question. So thank you, Mr. Anuj sir, and thank you, sir, Professor Sanjeev sir, and ma'am also. This is very precious knowledge or information for us. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any more query, ma'am?
Sir, no query he have. It's just to say thanks to you that your session is really very informative.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you.
So
Thanks to all. Thank you.
Thanks again, sir. Thank you very much. So, thank you, participant. So tomorrow we have another session. Okay. So continue to this. Okay. So we will leave in now.
At morning 9:45. Hello,
at
ma'am.
10. Yes, at 10. 10 a.m.
Okay,
we will
thank you.
start our next session. Okay. So you can start joining 10 minutes before. 10 minutes prior you can join.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.